Hey, I'm Pastor Jeremy from New Mountain Church, and I do chapels at the men's shelter. So a long time ago, I started serving at the vertical church, and from serving at the vertical church, there was a kind of a way in or a door in for me to come and do chapels every once in a while over there at the men's shelter. And so I took the opportunity to do it, and I was definitely not good at it, and I failed the first time. In fact, I can remember the first sermon I ever gave at the chapel, and I totally took a verse out of context, and it was not good. But I felt the call to minister, and Crossroads Mission was cool enough to let me try. So I learned from that mistake, and I kept at it, and I stayed constant with it, and that was 11 years ago now. I've been doing chapels for 11 years almost, and it's been a huge blessing in my life to be able to minister and to preach the gospel and to see lives changed. Also being able to, actually for me to move into the gifting that I have to be a pastor, to be able to help people and teach the Bible, share the gospel. It's been a huge help to me because I would say that through Crossroads Mission and serving at Crossroads Mission, I was able to find out who I am. You know, I always say that anybody wanting to become a preacher should try to be able to be allowed to go preach at the men's shelter, because there's people that want to hear you and that are appreciative of you, but then there's some other people also that don't want to hear you, or some of them even, you know, or I remember one guy was like smacking his stomach with his shirt off the whole time I was preaching, and I remember another guy that was saying nope the whole time I was preaching. So it's kind of good because you get both. You get the people that really want to hear you and they encourage you, but then you get the people that don't want to hear you and discourage you. So you start to be able to handle yourself in every arena, I guess, or every type of environment. I would say even the difficult people are blessings, you know, for the preacher, because, like I said, you get to learn how to do what God's gifted you to do in every environment. It doesn't have to be just a church service with a bunch of nice people sitting down. You know, there's those moments in ministry, and this happened many times over the years at the mission, where like you'll get attached to somebody and you'll gain a relationship with somebody, and you'll help somebody, and you'll minister to somebody, you'll share the gospel with somebody, and you think that they're doing great, and then they relapse or they take off, and sometimes they'll come back through and you'll get another shot at it, but each time they come through, I mean, it's just another chance to be there for them, where the world would throw them away, but you're actually there for them though, and it makes a difference. And there is those times where they don't ever come back, you know, and it is hard. The way I deal with it is that I know that God has placed me in a place and a time to do something and to say something and to just be there for some people, because not every person do you have to even talk to. Some people you just need to be there for, but I know that God's put me there for a reason. And so when the people leave or relapse, or even in the worst case scenarios, this has happened many times, they've died, I know that God has placed me where He's placed me for a season and for a time. And I know that what happened is what was supposed to happen. And I know that the people that are being hurt, or the people that are being abused, and that maybe are trying to deal with life issues, I'm just there for people. And there's some times where people are going to leave or fall away, but I want to be one of those people that are there. You know, it's funny. There's a story in the Bible. It's the book of Job, and it talks about Job, and Job deals with all sorts of horrible things that happen to him, right? And Job's friends, they come over and they actually make things way worse. But there's one good thing that Job's friends did in the beginning, and that was that they just came over to Job and they just sat with him. So I would just like to be that kind of minister where I was just there for people. The mission has been one of the most important things that I've ever done in ministry, because there's so many people that come through there and their lives are changed forever because of what they've experienced at Crossroads Mission. And maybe I had a little piece to play in that. And so for anybody thinking about serving at the mission in any capacity at all, you're a piece in somebody's lives being changed. You're a component in the recovery of somebody's out of addiction, or somebody's life that's being put back together. You're a piece to that. And so I would say serving at the mission is one of the greatest things you can do, because you're serving into people's lives. And it's pretty awesome.